Everyone likes money. Everybody wants money. Sometimes people wish for it. Now let's say you are working a job to earn some extra cash. You are working along somebody who is as equally as talented as you are, and you get a paycheck. And you find out that you are being paid less only because of your gender. This is happening today in the sports community. Female athletes are being paid less than their male colleagues. People don't deserve less or be seen as not equal because of their gender. Everybody wants to be seen as equal. The sports community and people at ESPN have been putting many hours to figure out why female athletes are being paid less than their male colleagues. In many cases, female athletes are being treated unfairly because they face a considerable wage gap that needs to be closed immediately. Female athletes in sports such as soccer, tennis, basketball all face unequal pay. Women in sports are demanding equal pay for equal play. Possibly the greatest example of equal pay but unequal pay is the women's American soccer team. The women are fed up. They have filed lawsuits demanding for equal pay, according to author Ali Jansani. Jenna Rowan, an author at the Vanderbilt Journal, said that in March of 2016, 5 members of the USWNT filed a complaint against the U.S. Soccer seeking equal pay and an investigation into discriminatory actions. These 5 women are some of the biggest names in soccer history, including Alex Morgan, Hope Solo, Megan Rapinoe, Carly Lloyd, and Becky Sauerbrunn. The U.S. Soccer Federations and others are trying to justify their actions by saying that the women do not bring as much revenue or viewers as the men's team does. But at the Women's World Cup final, they averaged almost 25.4 million viewers, and this is more than any other soccer game in the history of ever, even men and women. In 2015, the women's team earned U.S. Soccer $6.6 million, while the men's team only earned $2 million. It was projected that in 2016, the women's team would make around $5 million, while the men's team would most likely lose $1 million. Some of the biggest names in athletics are women, and some of these women play sport such as tennis, which has faced unequal pay. This unequal pay has existed for decades now. ESPN reported that in 1970, only the second year of the U.S. Open, male winner Elaine Nastier won $3,500 for prize money, while the female winner Billie Jean King made only $600. Major tennis tournaments today have worked to set in policies and rules making sure that men and women have equal prize money. For example, in 2007, Wimbledon, a very popular tennis tournament, made sure that both male and female athletes had equal prize money. According to Daniel Levitt of The Guardian, in 2018, 71% of the U.S. top 100 men earned more than the women of their same ranking. This is based on the prize money per tournament played. Top male athletes like Novak and Rafael Nadal claim that the men should earn more money than the women because they have more viewers. But data shows that these viewers do not watch because of gender, but rather individual performance and personality. I think one of the biggest steps that needs to help close this gap is men supporting women and saying that they deserve to be paid the same amount as men do for the same sport. Possibly the greatest wage gap between male and female athletes would have to be in basketball. According to the American Bar Association, the maximum salary for a WNBA athlete is $111,500, while the maximum salary the minimum salary for an NBA player is $525,093. That is over a $400,000 difference. Now let's think about this. The very best and top player in the WNBA is making $400,000 less than some guy who sits on the bench. Venus Mercury is one of the biggest names in WNBA. She makes $111,500, but if she were to go overseas and say play in a Europe tournament, she would make millions of dollars, which shows that this problem exists in the U.S. NBA is partnering with a campaign called Lean In, which is working to bridge the gap between salaries between men and women. According to Pew Research Center, women over the age of 16 make 82 cents to every $1 that a man made in 2017. To earn what male colleagues made annually, women would have to work an entire 47 extra days. And this is not only in sports, this is in all professions all across the board. The Lean In campaign has come up with ways to help bridge this gap, including attending women's sports events. And I suggest doing this. Women's sports events can actually be very exciting and fun to go to. It's not only men's sports that are interesting to watch. Another way is to support companies that promote women's athletics. These companies are all across the country and all places, so I suggest that you help support these companies. Other ways are to encourage TV stations to broadcast women's sports. I would say the best time to do these are at prime times, where people will actually watch these sports and help support women athletics. Finally, one of the biggest ways is to encourage young women to continue to participate in sports. There will be no future women's athletics if we don't encourage the young women to continue to participate in sports. Major steps have been made over the past couple of decades to bridge the gap between male and female athletes. But honestly, I don't think there should be any gap at all anymore. Female athletes in sports such as soccer, tennis, and basketball have faced unequal pay for decades now. And in many cases, these athletes are treated unfairly because of their gender and face a considerable wage gap that needs to be closed immediately. It's 2019. Women do not deserve to be paid less than men for doing the same exact job.